Good. My name is Brianne Kenny. I grew up on the west side of Cleveland, Ohio. For undergrad, I went to The Ohio State University and majored in forestry, fisheries, and wildlife science. And then I went on to do a master's in biology from Miami University. My position now is the manager of environmental science for Troon Golf. Troon Golf is a global golf management company. We have about over 450 properties right now, so we're all over the world. As an overview, my responsibilities are kind of split into three categories. The first one is running internal audits related to environmental regulations and OSHA. And I'll go out to properties, do site visits, walk through that with them, and also teach them Troon agronomy standards, make sure they're following those as well. The second category would be working with government agencies, so I'm heavily involved right now in working with the Department of Water Resources and attending meetings with them. And then the third category would be outreach and education. I help the properties with the Audubon Cooperative Sanctuary Program for golf, and I also run educational programs such as bird watching or nature walks on golf courses. So more specifically for the internal audits, I will visit properties in person and I will go through regulatory compliance with them. This could involve anything related to watershed, district regulations, maybe recycling regulations, and I'll walk through with the superintendents to make sure they're, number one, following those regulations, and number two, documenting those. And then the other side is going through our Troon agronomy standards with them and making sure they're following Troon's own standards and also documenting those as well. So Troon is headquartered in Scottsdale, Arizona, and some of the first properties I visited for site visits were in the state, mostly around the Phoenix area. And some of the things I did with them was walk through the watershed, check where the water is coming in and out of the property. We collected water quality samples to get it tested and see if the water quality is improving throughout the golf course. We also went through and I conducted bird surveys, arthropods surveys, reptiles, try to get a feel of all of the wildlife on property. And then we also do a plant inventory. And then one of the other things that we do is check recycling, making sure they're following those local regulations with that. We go through their integrated pest management strategy, make sure that's complying with all state and county regulations. For some examples of what I do for outreach and education, I was in a property in Wyoming a few summers ago and we led bird watching walks with the local Audubon Society, and we had both golf members and then community members as well. So we had a lot of people out on the golf course seeing a different side to it. One of the other things I've done recently is I helped the Arizona Game and Fish with their annual winter water bird survey, and that involved about 200 volunteers in the county, and we all went out around Phoenix to track where the water birds were, and I ended up hitting 14 different golf courses that day, and we had about 521 bird species. So with taking this position, one of the most exciting things has been my perception of the golf industry has changed dramatically. With my background in biology, I used to think golf courses were not great for the environment, but this was coming from the perspective of never having stepped foot on one. And once I finally did, I was surprised by what I saw. I had this vision that they would just be a big blanket of grass for several acres, but I saw a lot of natural habitat sprinkled throughout them, and that's what sparked my curiosity. And then I started looking into the research and saw that they provide ecosystem services, they have ecological value in urban environments, and I've seen firsthand that wildlife are using golf courses as sanctuaries. And another perception that changed was I used to think golf courses were big water wasters, and now I've been working with several superintendents looking at the data, and I've seen that they are very water conscious and they have a lot of different practices that help them reduce their watering needs.